On this Bloomberg interview, Michael Saylor sent a massive warning to all of the MicroStrategy short sellers. And again, like we said, this is very interesting because at the time of recording, the exposure of shorts on MicroStrategy literally just hit a new all-time high. Have a look at that. We are seeing $11 billion of short exposure on MicroStrategy. Now, without further ado, let's grab that clip from Michael where he is openly naming the short sellers and responding to the short sellers. Let's play this clip from Bloomberg that, again, going a little bit viral this morning.
Michael, it's great to have you with us. We have a lot to talk about, and one of those things is a recent call from Jim Chanos. Of course, he's a legendary short seller. He came out recently and said basically buy Bitcoin short strategy shares. And just to set the scene here, I'm curious what you make of that.
You know, I don't think he understands what our business model is. We're actually the largest issuer of Bitcoin-backed credit instruments in the world. So last week, we just raised $1 billion by selling a preferred stock, non-cumulative, called Stride. That means we basically borrowed money that we never have to pay back, that we pay a dividend on, but we could suspend the dividend if we needed to. So Jim has been thinking that we somehow needed to sell the equity. We now are in a situation where we have Strike, Stride, and Strife, three publicly floating preferred stocks that are not dilutive to the equity. They all meet a different market requirement.
Right.
That $110 million of Bitcoin we bought last week, that was acquired without issuing any common stock. So what's going on here is that we're using our $60 billion of Bitcoin collateral to issue credit instruments. They never come due. There's no liquidation risk. There's not even an interest rate risk, right? It's a non-cumulative preferred, and we could suspend the dividends.
Right.
So at the end of the day, if he's lucky enough to short the stock below 1x NAV, we're going to issue the preferreds, buy back the stock, and make money for our shareholders.
So it sounds as if Michael nearly has an answer for everything. Even the very famous short sellers like Jim Chanos, who think they've figured out MicroStrategy, who think they've figured out the perfect trade. But I'm here to maybe exaggerate what Michael just said, and I think they're going to be set up for a world of pain. We can see right now, MicroStrategy short interest or exposure, $11 billion. This is a new all-time high, and I am seriously, I'm interested to see what happens next as this Bitcoin treasury playbook is beginning to go mainstream. Are the shorts going to get absolutely pantsed? Well, let's not forget, we have seen lots of hedge funds absolutely blow up trying to short MicroStrategy. Jim Chanos, he's not the only one. Now, again, for those who don't know him, let's pull him up. Let's talk a little bit more about Jim Chanos before we talk about that next hedge fund I want to expose you guys to and just remind you that lost a lot of money shorting MicroStrategy previous. So here we go. Short seller Jim Chanos has a brutal warning for MicroStrategy investors. So who's sending the real warning here? Is it Michael Saylor or is it Jim Chanos? But he has been selling and shorting MicroStrategy for some time now. He really seems to be not able to catch a break because right now, at the time of recording, MicroStrategy seems like, again, we're not here predicting short-term price movements here, but it looks as if it's on the verge of continuing to rally. So what is going to happen? Are these short funds going to be forced to close, and are we going to see a short squeeze? I mean, this here is the price of MicroStrategy stock. We can see it's looking pretty bullish. It is looking very interesting right now. Again, we are going to talk a little bit more about what is it? We're going to talk a little bit more about what we should be doing with our portfolios in a minute, because obviously a lot of people keep asking me, Luke, why don't you buy these income generating products? Luke, you're silly for not owning MicroStrategy. I've told you from day one, I don't own any MicroStrategy. And again, I think there are a lot of let's say, sovereignty trade-offs that one has to be aware of if they are going to be buying MicroStrategy. And again, these are going to be some of the trade-offs we talk about here in a moment. But the next place I want to take us is to something else Michael Saylor said that I think is really interesting and something I kind of wrote a lot about this morning.